near Stepove, eastern Ukraine. A single M2A2 Bradley fighting vehicle, designed to carry infantry, not fight tanks, encounters a Russian mechanized column, 3 T-72 tanks, 4 BMP infantry fighting vehicles, 1 BTR armored personnel carrier. 7 minutes later, all 8 Russian vehicles are burning. The Bradley crew fires 180 rounds of 25mm ammunition. 0 anti-tank missiles used, just the autocannon. The weapon that's supposed to suppress infantry and light vehicles just destroyed an entire Russian armored platoon. But what happened in those 7 minutes changes everything the US military thought it knew about the Bradley. This is Iron Bullet, where we analyze the battles that change wars. January 6th, 2023. The United States announces it will provide 50 M2A2 Bradley fighting vehicles to Ukraine. Not the latest M2A4 variant, the older A2 version. Still capable, still lethal, but considered outdated by US Army standards. The Bradley, designed in the 1980s. Purpose: transport infantry squad to the battlefield. Provide fire support, suppress enemy infantry. Not designed to fight tanks. That's what tanks are for. Armament: 25mm and 242 Bosch Master autocannon. Rate of fire: 200 rounds per minute. Effective range: 2,000–3,000 meters. Also carries TOW anti-tank missiles. Those are for killing tanks. The autocannon: infantry weapon. Or so everyone thought. Western military analysts are skeptical. Bradleys are infantry carriers. Ukraine needs tanks, not troop transports. Russian armor will shred them. Waste of resources. Wrong vehicle for this war. Russian propaganda is dismissive. Light armored vehicles, easy targets, will burn like everything else. Ukrainian tankers who will receive the Bradleys, they're not sure either. They wanted Abrams. They wanted Leopards. They got troop carriers with 25mm cannons. Nobody predicted what would actually happen. March 2023. Bradleys arrived in Germany for crew training. Ukrainian soldiers selected for training have mixed backgrounds. Some are tank crews. Some are mechanized infantry. None have operated Western IFVs before. US instructors teach standard Bradley doctrine, transport infantry, provide overwatch, suppress enemy positions, use TOW missiles against armor, don't engage tanks with the 25mm cannon unless absolutely necessary. Autocannon is for soft targets. Ukrainian crews absorb the training, but they're also thinking about their battlefield. The one where ammunition for TOW missiles is limited, where every shot counts, where they might face Russian armor without anti-tank missiles available. They ask questions. What if we have to fight tanks with just the autocannon? What's the maximum effective range? What are the vulnerable points on Russian tanks? US instructors give textbook answers. Don't fight tanks with autocannon. That's not what it's for. Use TOW missiles. Call for tank support. Disengage if necessary. But the Ukrainians keep asking, because they know the reality is different from US doctrine. 3 questions. We'll answer them at the end. How did a vehicle designed to transport infantry become one of the most effective tank killers in Ukraine? What makes the Bradley's 25mm autocannon a weapon designed for infantry, capable of destroying Russian main battle tanks? And the critical one, did the Bradley succeed despite its design or because of capabilities the US military never fully appreciated? The official narrative celebrates American technology and Ukrainian skill. True, but incomplete, because what happened with Bradley fighting vehicles in Ukraine reveals something deeper about modern armor warfare that nobody expected. April 2023. 50 Bradleys deployed to Ukraine, assigned to mechanized brigades preparing for summer counteroffensive, integrated with Leopard 2 tanks, Ukrainian T-64s and other Western armored vehicles. Initial role, exactly what they're designed for: infantry transport, fire support. The Bradleys carry dismounts infantry soldiers to forward positions, provide covering fire, suppress enemy positions while infantry dismounts and assaults. Standard operations, nothing unusual. The Bradleys perform well. Crews appreciate the thermal sights, night vision capability, stabilized gun allowing accurate fire while moving, superior to Soviet-era BMPs in every category. But no tank kills yet, because they're not hunting tanks. They're supporting infantry operations. May 2023. Pattern begins to emerge. Bradley crews report engaging Russian armored vehicles at extended ranges, 2,000 plus meters, using 25mm autocannon, not TOW missiles. Those are safe for high-value targets and situations where autocannon won't work. Initial engagements target BMPs and BTRs, Russian IFVs and APCs, legitimate targets for 25mm autocannon. Bradley's superior optics allow crews to spot Russian vehicles first, engage from beyond Russian return fire range, disable or destroy targets before they can respond effectively. Kill reports start coming in. Bradley's destroying Russian light armor. Ukrainian command is pleased but not surprised. That's what Bradleys are supposed to do. Then something unexpected happens. Stay with me. What happens in the next section explains why Bradley crews started hunting Russian tanks intentionally. But the reason isn't just desperation. June 2023. Ukrainian counter-offensive begins. Bradley-equipped units advance in southern sector. They immediately encounter Russian defensive positions, minefields, artillery, and Russian armor. Standard doctrine: Bradleys support tanks. Tanks kill enemy tanks. Bradleys suppress infantry and disable light vehicles. Clear division of labor. Except the battlefield doesn't cooperate with doctrine. Minefields separate Ukrainian tanks from Bradleys. Leopards get channeled into kill zones. Ukrainian T-64s hit mines. Suddenly, Bradley crews find themselves forward, facing Russian armor, without tank support. June 8, 2023. The engagement that changes everything. Bradley fighting vehicle, call sign unknown, operating near Mala Tokmachka, supporting infantry assault. Russian T-72B3 tank appears while on 800 meters distance. The tank spots Ukrainian infantry. Begins engaging with machine gun and main gun. Standard procedure: Bradley crew should call for tank support. Use TOW missile if tank isn't available. Disengage if neither option works. Instead, the Bradley commander makes a different decision. Engage with autocannon. The 25mm Bushmaster opens fire, not at the tank's frontal armor, that's 200 meters plus of steel and composite materials. The autocannon rounds would bounce off. Instead, the gunner targets specific points: optics, vision blocks, track wheels, engine deck, gun barrel, turret ring. 90 seconds, 20 rounds of 25mm armor-piercing ammunition. The T-72's optics are destroyed. Vision blocks shattered. Commander's periscope gone. The tank is effectively blind. Track damaged. Mobility reduced. Turret traverse impaired. The T-72 crew, unable to see, unable to move effectively, abandons the vehicle. Bradley crew reports: tank disabled. No TOW missile expended. Just autocannon fire at vulnerable points. Ukrainian command response: verify and confirm. If accurate, document procedures. This wasn't luck. This was precision gunnery exploiting known vulnerabilities. This is Iron Bullet. Real tactics. Real consequences. June 10th, 2023. The engagement that becomes legendary. Single Bradley operating near Stepove, reconnaissance mission, encounters Russian mechanized column, 3 T-72 tanks, 4 BMPs, 1 BTR, moving in formation, 8 armored vehicles versus 1 Bradley. Doctrine says disengage. Call for support. Do not engage superior force. Bradley commander assesses. Column hasn't spotted them yet. Bradley's position provides cover. Thermal sights give targeting advantage. Range 2,400 meters. Outside effective range of Russian return fire. Decision, engage. Bradley gunner opens fire on lead T-72. Not frontal armor. Side turret. Turret ring. Optics. Track wheels. Autocannon rounds impact continuously. 25mm armor-piercing rounds aren't penetrating main armor, but they're destroying everything else. Lead T-72's optics destroyed within 15 seconds. Track damaged within 30 seconds. Turret ring jammed within 45 seconds. Tank immobilized. Crew blind, unable to return effective fire. Bradley shifts fire to second T-72. Same procedure. Target vulnerable points, optics, tracks, external equipment. 60 rounds. Second tank disabled. Russian column recognizes they're under attack, but they can't locate the Bradley. Russian vehicles begin maneuvering, searching for attacker. Bradley targets BMP. Light armor. 25mm rounds penetrate. BMP explodes. Ammunition cook-off. Spectacular secondary explosion. 3072 turns toward Bradley's general direction. Fires main gun. Misses by 200 meters. Tank crew is firing blind. Thermal sights already destroyed by autocannon fire. Bradley continues engaging. Systematic, methodical. Target optics. Target tracks. Target turret ring. Target engine deck. 180 rounds expended over 7 minutes. Final tally. 3 T-72 tanks disabled or destroyed. 4 BMPs destroyed or disabled. 1 BTR destroyed. 8 Russian armored vehicles eliminated by single Bradley using only its autocannon. 0 Tau missiles expended. 0 friendly losses. Complete tactical victory. The engagement is captured on drone footage. Ukrainian command reviews it. Western military observers review it. Everyone reaches the same conclusion. This shouldn't be possible. But it happened. Which capability made Bradley effective against Russian tanks? A. Superior optics. B. 25mm penetration power. C. Crew training and tactics. The answer determines whether this success can be replicated. Keep watching. June through September 2023. Bradley fighting vehicles rack up unprecedented kill counts. Not just that one engagement. Multiple Bradley crews report destroying or disabling Russian tanks using autocannon. Pattern analysis reveals the methodology. First, engagement range. Bradleys engage Russian armor at 2,000–3,000 meters. Russian tanks can't return effective fire at that range without working optics. Bradley's thermal sights and fire control system allow accurate fire. Russian tanks, once their optics are destroyed, are effectively blind. Second, target selection. Bradley crews don't try to penetrate main armor. They target vulnerability, optics, thermal sights, day sights, periscopes, tracks and wheels, turret ring, weak point where turret meets hull, engine deck, thinner top armor, external fuel tanks, ammunition storage, external on some T-72 variants. Third, sustained fire. 25mm autocannon fires 200 rounds per minute. Crews fire 60 to 120 round bursts at single targets, not trying for single penetrating hit. Overwhelming target with continuous impacts. Optics shatter, tracks break, turret rings jam, external equipment destroyed. Fourth, exploitation. Once Russian tank is blinded and immobilized, either crew abandons vehicle or Ukrainian forces destroy it with other weapons, or Bradley continues fire until complete destruction. Russian tanks disabled by Bradley autocannon aren't soft kills that can be repaired. They are mission kills requiring extensive repair that Russian forces can't perform under combat conditions. But here's what makes this campaign remarkable. Bradleys aren't hunting tanks exclusively. They're performing their designed role supporting infantry and killing tanks as targets of opportunity. The tank killing is secondary mission. Primary mission infantry support continues successfully. By September 2023, Bradley is credited with 40 or 50 confirmed Russian armored vehicle kills, including 15-20 main battle tanks, mostly T-72 variants, some T-80s, even one reported T-90. Cost analysis. Bradley fighting vehicle cost $4.35 million 2023 USD. 25mm autocannon ammunition costs approximately $30 to $40 per round. Average expenditure per tank kill, 80-120 rounds. Cost $2,400 to $4,800 in ammunition. Russian T-72B3 cost $2 to $3 million. T-80, $3-4 million. T-90, $4-5 million. Bradleys are destroying Russian tanks using ammunition that costs 0.1% of the target's value. The economics are absurd. The tactical success is undeniable. This is Iron Bullet, where we break down the battles that change wars. Why didn't US military doctrine emphasize this capability? Because US doctrine assumes different battlefield. US Bradleys operate with Abrams tank support, air superiority, artillery support. If Bradley encounters enemy tank, US doctrine says use TOW missile or call for Abrams support. Engaging tanks with autocannon is considered desperation tactic, last resort, not preferred method. But Ukrainian battlefield is different. No air superiority, limited artillery support, tank support often unavailable due to minefields, terrain, or separation during maneuver. TOW missile inventory is limited. Can't waste them on every tank encounter. Ukrainian Bradley crews developed tactics out of necessity, then discovered those tactics worked better than expected. US military observers noted the success, started questioning assumptions. Maybe the 25mm autocannon is more capable than doctrine acknowledged. Maybe engaging tanks at range, targeting optics and mobility is viable tactic even when missiles are available. Doctrine evolved slowly. Reality in Ukraine evolved doctrine faster. October 2023 through March 2024. Bradley operations continue. Additional vehicles delivered. Crew experience increases. Tactics refined. But something else emerges. Bradley losses. Not catastrophic, not disproportionate, but real. Bradleys are light armored vehicles. Russian anti-tank weapons can destroy them. Artillery can disable them. Mines immobilize them. By March 2024, estimated 15-20 Bradleys destroyed or disabled out of approximately 300 total delivered. Loss rate 5 to 7%, significantly lower than Ukrainian loss rates for Soviet-era vehicles in similar roles, 50 to 25%. But losses reveal vulnerability. Bradley isn't tank, can't absorb hits like tanks can. Successful Bradley operations depend on fighting at range, using superior optics, avoiding direct hits, engaging from cover, disengaging when overwhelmed. When Bradley crews forget these principles and fight like tanks, Bradleys die like light vehicles. The successes are real. So are the limitations. How effective was Bradley compared to Ukrainian expectations? Exceeds all predictions. Ukrainian crews love them. Superior to BMPs in every metric. Crew survivability dramatically better. Kill ratios outstanding. Maintenance easier than Soviet vehicles. But strategic impact limited by numbers. 50 Bradleys, even 300 Bradleys, can't change battlefield geometry. Can't break through fortified lines alone.